All right, big news coming in. Shifting our focus here to Bhopal. Youth Congress holds a massive protest over issue of unemployment and corruption. President of the Youth Congress, B.V. Srinivas, present in that protest as well. We see water cannons being used to chase off those protesters in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. The Youth Congress has assembled in massive numbers to protest against unemployment. All right, our correspondent Hemendra, who's tracking the situation there in Bhopal, joining us on the phone line. Hemendra, cops and protesters clashing in Bhopal. You have Youth Congress leaders, B.V. Srinivas, the president himself, present there. Huge crowds with water cannons being resorted to chase them away.
Well, yes, the police has resorted to using water cannons to chase away the Youth Congress activists who had gathered outside the Congress office and who were marching towards the state Vidhan Sabha, where they had said that they are going to get out the Vidhan Sabha, seeking employment for the unemployed youth of the state. The National Youth Congress president is here in the protest. Also, the state Congress President Jitu Patwari, he's also here. The Indian Youth Congress State President Vikrant Bhuria, he's also leading the protest. So a large number of Youth Congress activists participating in this protest. Police resorting to water cannon to disperse the crowd. The situation is right now under control. It is about 500 to 600 meters away from the Congress office where barricades have been put up, and this is midway between the state Congress office and the Vidhan Sabha premises. The Vidhan Sabha is right now in session. So the Youth Congress activists and the Youth Congress leadership are there. In advance, they said that they are going to get out the Vidhan Sabha today, seeking employment against corruption in the state. So that protest was going on, and they put up barricades in midway. And so this protest, as they were marching towards the Congress, towards the state Vidhan Sabha, the police stopped them midway and then resorted to water cannon, and thereafter the crowd is now being dispersed, as you can see in front of us.
Now, the Youth Congress workers there protesting against unemployment, but I remember these protests that continued even last year. It went on, doesn't seem like that's subsided. Even after elections, the same issue that the Congress has raised, unemployment, seems to be their top focus in Madhya Pradesh. Is it that bad? Give us a sense of how bad the unemployment rate is.
Well, elections were held in Madhya Pradesh in December 2023. The BJP won with a massive majority. But having said that, the issue of unemployment was there as an issue. The Congress party claims that the issue has not yet been resolved. Now police have, now as you can see, just resorted to tear gas shelling. So tear gases have been used to disperse the crowd, as you can see. So the issue of unemployment, I was telling you, still remains, and that's why probably the Youth Congress leadership and the activists, they have been able to mobilize these numbers, even just after, say, 3 or 4 months after elections, after facing such a dropping at the polls. The Congress party has still been able to galvanize the supporters, and as you can see, one tear gas was used. Now the situation is still back to normal. The Youth Congress activists are organizing themselves in small numbers. The police is trying to disperse them, and also some activists are now being arrested. As you can see, they are being put into buses. Buses have already been lined up, so there are several buses over here, and these Youth Congress activists are being now put into buses, and they are being formally arrested. The police has been announcing that they would be arrested if they don't move back, but they decided not to move back, and now they are being arrested.
All right. Now, we see water cannons being extensively used, and many of them are being detained. They're being arrested. Was this a planned agitation? Did the Congress workers have permission to carry out this protest?
The protests are still being carried out by the Youth Congress activists, and as you can see, another tear gas shell was lobbed at the crowd. So the police, not just water cannon, but also tear gas shells are being used to disperse the crowd. So the Youth Congress activists who had previously been dispersed are now gathering again in small numbers, numbers. And once they realize that the police has moved back, they once again come back into the same place where they initially had gathered. And now, as the police tries to disperse them, a lot of these Congress leaders who are leading this protest, they have been arrested, put into buses. The buses are now being driven away, as you can see, and police trying their best to disperse the crowd and using tear gas and water cannon. No force other than tear gas shells and water cannons have been used. One bus, as you can see, has been driven away, and in this bus several leaders have been taken, and still there are a large number of youth Congress activists who are still roaming the streets outside the Congress office over here in Bhopal.
All right, stay with us, Heminder. We have a lot of reactions coming in, a ground report as well. Listen in.
बैरिकेडिंग लगा के पहले के कार्यकर्ताओं को रोकने की यहाँ कोशिश की, और जब कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता यहाँ से नहीं हटे, बैरिकेड को तोड़ करके आगे बढ़ के जाने की कोशिश करने लगे, तो फिर पुलिस ने अब इन पे वाटर कैनन चला करके यहाँ से तितर बितर करना शुरू कर दिया है। पुलिस का कहना है कि यहाँ से कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ताओं को प्रिवेंटिव अरेस्ट करके यहाँ से ले जाया जाएगा और उन्हें हिरासत में लेकर के फिलहाल पुलिस विधानसभा जाने से रोकेगी। और ये राजधानी भोपाल में लंबे समय के बाद कांग्रेस का एक बड़ा प्रदर्शन है, जिसमें पुलिस ने वाटर कैनन का इस्तेमाल करके इन कार्यकर्ताओं को यहाँ से रोका है, और इसके जरिए विधानसभा जाने से पहले ही कांग्रेस के इन सैकड़ों हजारों कार्यकर्ताओं को पुलिस ने रोक दिया है। और अब खबर यह है कि पुलिस इन कार्यकर्ताओं को यहाँ से तितर बितर करने के बाद विधानसभा जाने से न केवल रोकेगी, बल्कि यहाँ से इन्हें प्रिवेंटिव डिटेंशन के साथ बसों में भर के जो अस्थायी जेल बनाई गई है वहां ले जाया जाएगा। कैमरामैन अमरीश के साथ रवीश पाल सिंह, भोपाल, आज तक।
ये सरकार है, युवा सरकार है, जो नया रोजगार दे दिया मध्य प्रदेश युवा को जुआ खेलने के लिए। ये जो मोहन यादव जी का सरकार, या कुछ नहीं चलता है, ये रिमोट कंट्रोल सरकार है। दिल्ली से जो होता है फैसला, उसी को लेके यहाँ युवा के साथ जो अन्याय करने का काम कर रहा है, उसको लेके आज विधानसभा घेरने के लिए हम लोग ने काम कर रहे हैं।
All right, big protests in Bhopal. Water cannons used to disperse the crowds as D.V. Srinivas, the Youth Congress president he's right there being detained, spoken to the media about unemployment being a persistent problem in that state. We're going to take you through a lot of that, those images. D.V. Srinivas is speaking. All right.